1963 Pontiac Tempest Super Duty. Kicking off our list is a nearly forgotten legend, the Tempest Super Duty, a rare muscle car whose fate was sealed by General Motors' racing ban in 1963. Beneath the hood lies a 421 cubic inch Super Duty V8 engine, producing 405 horsepower and 425 pound-feet of torque. That immense power is channeled through a 4-speed manual transmission, delivering a raw and mechanical driving experience. Only 6 units were ever built, making the Tempest Super Duty a treasure that few have ever seen in person. Yet miracles do happen. Magnum auctions stunned the crowd at the 23rd Spring Classic with the successful sale of one example for an astounding $450,000, making it the most expensive muscle car of the event. The 1963 Tempest variants, though larger and heavier than their predecessors, offered superior handling and a broader range of engine choices. The fact that this line never entered mass production remains a bittersweet regret for true enthusiasts. 1965 Ford Falcon Squire. Overshadowed by its more famous sibling, the iconic Mustang, the Ford Falcon Sprint quietly carved out a niche of its own in the muscle car era, exuding a character both distinctive and admirable. Under its hood sat a 289 CID V8 engine producing 200 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque, enough to make the Falcon Squire a delight to drive during the golden age of performance cars. A 4-speed manual transmission, or optional 3-speed automatic, further enhanced the behind-the-wheel experience. Though its sales declined by the early 1970s, leaving fewer than 3,000 surviving units today, the Falcon Squire remains a forgotten gem in Ford's history. It's not just a missed icon, it's a reminder that not all legends need the spotlight to be immortal in the hearts of devoted fans. 1965 Mustang Intermeccanica. Contrary to popular belief, Ford once dared to dream boldly, envisioning a wagon that bore the Mustang name. Yet, like lightning flashing through a storm, that dream was short-lived and quickly extinguished. When development teams presented the concept to executives, it was almost immediately dismissed due to concerns over production costs. The project never advanced beyond the prototype phase, and only a single unit, a ghost of a past that never came to be, quietly vanished from public sight. Today, the image of a Mustang and wagon form survives only in the imaginative reveries of those who cherish beauty in the unconventional. Without the devotion and fiery passion of dedicated restorers who painstakingly revived this elusive Shelby-style variant, it might have been forever lost to the dusty folds of history, a forgotten page in the legend of American muscle cars. 1967 Dodge Coronet Wagon. As the muscle car wave surged in the late 1960s, Dodge unleashed the Coronet RT, a bold attempt to push its own limits. This warrior was armed with a 440 cubic inch Magnum V8 engine, delivering 375 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. That power didn't just keep the Coronet competitive, it allowed it to surpass many of the era's most celebrated contenders. Yet it was overshadowed by its sibling, the Dodge Dart, a more accessible and widely known model that inadvertently pushed the Coronet into the dusty wings of muscle car history. But the story didn't end there. In recent years, the Coronet has experienced a quiet resurrection, emerging as a forgotten icon now catching the eyes of collectors and vintage car enthusiasts alike. Whether in wagon form or as a purebred muscle variant, the Coronet is finally receiving the admiration and respect worthy of a true legend. 1969 Ford Country Squire 429 engine, the Ford Country Squire, a name that evokes memories of family road trips and cross-country adventures, harbors a secret few would suspect: the heart of a true muscle machine. Typically, this large wagon came equipped with the standard 302 Windsor engine, but around 1970, Ford quietly offered a formidable upgrade, the 429 cubic inch V8, delivering 360 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque, mated to a smooth, shifting 3-speed cruise-o-matic transmission. Few know of this potent variant of the Country Squire, But for those fortunate enough to have driven one, it is a family chariot in disguise. Strange, yet seductive. What appeared to be a wood-paneled picnic cruiser could suddenly unleash the kind of power rivaling the muscle legends of its time. 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass, 442 Infused. For many wagon enthusiasts, the Oldsmobile Cutlass has always held a special place. But few realized that behind its refined silhouette lurked a roaring beast. While the standard version featured a 350 cubic inch Oldsmobile V8, a special variant housed the mighty 442 engine. Pure fury, producing 370 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. What made this car truly unique was the man behind it, Jim Stolman. A legend known across East Coast Oldsmobile dealerships. He reimagined the Cutlass into a Frankenstein muscle masterpiece, boosting it by over 100 horsepower beyond the stock 270, creating a one-of-a-kind machine that was both uncanny and impossible to ignore when it hit the road. 2006 Chrysler 300C SRT8 Wagon. As the new millennium dawned, muscle cars didn't retreat. They evolved. One of the clearest examples of this transformation is the Chrysler 300C Wagon, a mature-looking machine with the heart of a beast. Often dubbed a sleeper, the 300C Wagon could fool anyone with its elegant, even tame appearance. But under the hood lay a 6.1-liter Hemi V8, quietly waiting to be unleashed, pumping out 425 horsepower and 420 pound of torque, far surpassing the standard V6 many were accustomed to. With a 5-speed automatic transmission, this wagon offered not only raw performance, but also remarkable comfort, a rare fusion of style, power, and practicality. Often overlooked in modern muscle car conversations, the 300C Wagon remains a hidden gem, and there's still so much left to discover. 2008 Dodge Magnum SRT8. Following Chrysler's lead, another name deserves recognition in the realm of modern muscle wagons, the Dodge Magnum, a brawnier, more utilitarian sibling, yet just as formidable. Built on the same platform and powered by the same 6.1-liter Hemi V8, with 425 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, the Magnum was like a raw muscle version of the 300C, with a key difference: far greater cargo capacity and interior space, delivering unmatched practicality. But the Magnum wasn't just bigger, it was faster. While the Chrysler was electronically limited to 155 miles per hour, the Magnum could push to 170 miles per hour, proving that it wasn't just a versatile hauler, it was a bona fide speed demon. Together, the Dodge Magnum and Chrysler 300C wagons stood as proof that muscle cars didn't need to sacrifice comfort or design to achieve exceptional performance. They were the hidden warriors of the streets, both practical and formidable. 2012 Cadillac CTS-V Wagon. Closing our list is a luxury-cloaked speed demon, the 2012 Cadillac CTS-V Wagon, a machine powered by the most potent engine Cadillac had ever built. Beneath its sophisticated exterior beat a 6.2-liter supercharged V8, delivering an awe-inspiring 556 horsepower and 551 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 6-speed Tremec manual transmission, offering an exhilarating driving experience few wagons could match. The CTS-V Wagon wasn't just a family car, it was a stealth fighter in disguise, roaring across highways with ferocity while maintaining sharp, modern, and elegant aesthetics. The V, standing for victory, wasn't just a letter. It was a declaration of conquest and pure passion for peak performance. With the CTS-V Wagon, Cadillac proved that you don't have to choose between style and power. You can have both, and so much more.